in casino towns from Vegas to Reno, watching her daddy play cards at every table he'd know. Learned to read faces before she learned to read books. Understood the game from all the chances he took. He taught her when to hold and when to fold, lessons worth more than silver and gold. The card player's daughter knows every hand that's dealt. The card player's daughter understands how players felt. She can spot a bluff from across the room. The card player's daughter learned young about fortune and doom. Yeah, she knows the truth. Now she runs a business with a steady hand, uses all the wisdom from her daddy's gambling plan. Knows when to take risks and when to play it safe. Every move she makes is calculated and based on reading situations like reading cards. She learned from a master, played it smart. The card player's daughter never shows her hand too soon. The card player's daughter reads every single room. She can tell you what you're thinking before you speak. The card player's daughter plays for keeps. Yeah, she never sleeps. Her daddy's gone now, but his lessons remain in every decision, every calculated gain. He taught her life's a gamble, but you make your luck by knowing when to raise and when to fold up. The card player's daughter never gets stuck. The card player's daughter lives by the rules he taught. The card player's daughter battles she has fought with the wisdom of a gambler and a heart of gold. The card player's daughter never gets too hot or cold. Yeah, she's in control. The card player's daughter plays life well, she can tell. An old man told me on a train heading south, son, let me share some wisdom from this weathered mouth. Life will deal you aces and it'll deal you twos, but it's not about the cards, it's how you choose to play the game with honor and with grace, to accept what comes and find your place. Every hand you're dealt is a chance to prove your worth. Every hand you're dealt from the moment of your birth. You can't control the card, but you control the play. Every hand you're dealt is yours to win or throw away. Yeah, that's what I say. Some folks get lucky right straight from the start. Others have to work with nothing but a broken heart. But I've seen winners lose and losers win. It all depends on how you play what you're given. The secret's in the knowing when to stay and when to walk away. Every hand you're dealt is a lesson to be learned. Every hand you're dealt has to be carefully discerned. You gotta know when to hold and when to let it go. Every hand you're dealt will teach you all you need to know. Yeah, as you grow. Life's not about getting perfect cards each time. It's about playing imperfect hands and making them shine. About taking what you're given and making it count. About staying in the game when you're down and out. That's what living's all about. Every hand you're dealt is a gift in disguise. Every hand you're dealt makes you humble and wise. If you play it right with integrity and soul, every hand you're dealt will make you whole. Yeah, that's the goal. Every hand you're dealt, play it true. That's all you can do. Ruby's Diner sits on Main Street. Been there 40 years. She served coffee and compassion, wiped away some tears. Every morning at 6 a.m. she unlocks that old front door, and the town comes alive like it's done before. She knows everyone's story, knows everyone's name. Ruby's Diner stays the same. At Ruby's Diner, where the whole town meets. At Ruby's Diner, life tastes bittersweet. She's seen marriages start and seen marriages end. At Ruby's Diner, she's everyone's friend. Yeah, she never pretends. Old men gather at the corner booth, debating politics. Young lovers share a milkshake with 2 straws and gentle kiss. Ruby pours the coffee, listens with a knowing smile. She's the heart of this small town. It's been all the while. Through the good times and the bad, she's the best friend folks ever had. At Ruby's Diner, where secrets are safe. At Ruby's Diner, a community space where judgment doesn't live and kindness is free. At Ruby's Diner, that's where you'll find me. Yeah, that's where I'll be. She could have left this town 100 times or more, but Ruby says this diner is what she's living for. To serve up hope along with eggs and toast, to be the one that people need the most. At Ruby's Diner, coast to coast. Well, this coast. At Ruby's Diner, time moves slow and sweet. at Ruby's Diner, where old friends meet. She's the heartbeat of our little town. At Ruby's Diner, she'll never let us down. Yeah, she's always around. At Ruby's Diner, open every day. Come what may. Sitting on this park bench, watching people pass me by. Each one's got a story written in their eyes. Some look happy, some look lost and all alone. Makes me think about the seeds that I have sown. Every choice I've made has led me here, through the joy and through the fear. The choice we make define the lives we lead. The choices we make plant tomorrow's seed. We can't undo the past, but we can change today. The choices we make will light or block the way. Yeah, come what may. I chose to leave my hometown when I was 21. Chose a woman who would be my only one. Chose to work with my hands instead of chasing fame. Every choice I made has made me who I am today. Looking back, I see the path so clear, how I ended up right here. The choices we make are written in the sand. The choices we make by our own hands. Some turn out gold and some turn out gray. The choices we make either build or take away. Yeah, every single day. My father told me once before he passed away, son, you're the sum of every choice you make each day. Choose with wisdom, choose with love, choose with care, because the life you're building starts right there with the choices in the air. The choices we make echo through the years. The choices we make through the smiles and tears. We're all just trying to find the narrow way. The choices we make are the price we pay, yeah, for yesterday. The choices we make, choose them well. Time will tell. The choices we make. Found a letter in a shoebox hidden in the attic dust, written in 1963, the paper turning rust. From a woman named Lucinda to a soldier overseas, saying, son, come home safely, I'm here on my knees. Praying every night you'll see another dawn and come back to me. Lucinda's letter carries love across the years. Lucinda's letter, written through her tears, for a boy who never made it home from war. Lucinda's letter says what love is for, yeah, forevermore. The letter speaks of summer plans and wedding bells to ring, of a simple country life and all the joy it brings. But fate had other plans for that young soldier boy. Now Lucinda's letter's all that's left of their joy, a love that never got to grow, a story that was never fully told. Lucinda's letter, tucked away so long. Lucinda's letter, love's eternal song. Though we never read these words she wrote with care, Lucinda's letter proves love's still there, yeah, floating in the air. I wonder if she married, if she lived a full life through, or if she kept on waiting for a love that never came true. Sometimes the saddest stories are the ones we'll never know, like Lucinda's letter from so long ago. Lucinda's letter reminds us what we have. Lucinda's letter says love the ones you have before it's too late and time has slipped away. Lucinda's letter teaches us today, yeah, don't delay. Lucinda's letter still speaks of love from above. Five old friends around the table like they'd done for 30 years, playing cards on Friday night over whiskey and some beers. But tonight there's an empty chair where Charlie used to sit. Cancer took him last December, they're still dealing with it. Time's the only player that always wins the hand, but tonight they make a stand. The last poker game won't ever be the same. The last poker game where they speak Charlie's name. And remember all the laughter and the years gone by. try to hold back when they cry. Bobby deals the cards with shaking hands. He's getting old. Tom can barely see his hand. His eyes aren't what they were of old. They all know these Friday nights are numbered just like them. This last poker game might not come around again. They're playing for the memories, not the pot. For the friendships time can rot. The last poker game where brothers gather round. The last poker game on sacred ground, where 50 years of friendship rests upon this table at the last poker game. While they're still able, yeah, while they're stable. They raise a glass to Charlie and the times they've shared, to the bonds that they built on the foundation of care, for each other through the good times and the bad. These poker nights are the best times they ever had. Now they're bittersweet and sad. The last poker game they'll play us 4, not 5. The last poker game, grateful they're alive to deal another hand while they still can. At the last poker game, these weathered old men get together again. The last poker game, for old friends till it ends. She said she loved me, but I heard doubt between the words, like a song that's slightly off key, but you listen to it anyway. I could have held on tight or could have tried to make her stay, but I've learned in my life there's a wisdom in walking away. Sometimes loving someone means you let them go. That's the hardest thing to know. Knowing when to walk is harder than knowing when to stay. Knowing when to walk takes courage to walk away from something that you love but isn't meant to be. Knowing when to walk set us both free. Yeah, her and me. My father taught me you can't force a hand that wants to fold. You can't make someone love you no matter what you're told. The bravest thing I ever did was say goodbye to a woman who wasn't ready for the love I had inside. I could have begged and pleaded on my knees, but love shouldn't be a disease. Knowing when to walk saved us both from misery. Knowing when to walk gave her back till she could be without the weight of my expectations. Knowing when to walk saved our reputation. You no more frustration. They say if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours to hold. But if it doesn't, then you'll know it was never yours from the start. That's the wisdom of the heart. Knowing when to walk is an art. Knowing when to walk is a gift you give to both. Knowing when to walk fulfills an unspoken oath to honor what is real, not what you wish it'd be. Knowing when to walk is how you stay free. Yeah, how you let love be. Knowing when to walk set us free. Gracefully.
I faced down danger, stood my ground in fights. But when it came to saying I love you, I took flight. I've been called a lot of things, but never called a coward, until I let the woman of my dreams slip through my fingers in that hour. When all I had to do was speak, but fear made me weak. Coward of the heart, too afraid to say the words. Coward of the heart, let my moment pass unheard. I had courage for everything but the thing that mattered most. Coward of the heart, now she's a ghost. Yeah, I lost what I needed most. She stood there waiting for me to make my move, but I just smiled and let her walk away like I had something to prove, that I was strong enough to live without her love. Now I know that I was fooling no one but the man I'm thinking of. In the mirror every morning's light, I face the coward every night. Coward of the heart, braving it every other way. Coward of the heart, lost my chance that day. When all I needed was 3 words and the guts to speak. Coward of the heart, made me weak. Yeah, pathetically weak. They say that real courage isn't facing death or pain. Real courage is being vulnerable enough to say her name out loud with all the love I kept locked deep inside. But I was a coward of the heart, and now all I have is pride and the memory of what I denied. Coward of the heart, living with regret. Coward of the heart, can't forget the moment when I should have laid my feelings bare. that's what I became, carrying the shame.
Old Joe's been pouring drinks for 40 years or more. He's heard every story from the lonely and the poor, from broken hearts to broken dreams to broken promises made. He's the keeper of the secrets in this small town drinking trade. Behind that bar he's seen it all, watched good men rise and others fall. The bartender's wisdom comes from listening more than speaking. The bartender's wisdom finds what folks are really seeking is not at the bottom of a whiskey glass. The bartender's wisdom says this too shall pass. Yeah, nothing lasts. He tells me, son, I've learned that pain's a temporary guest, that time will heal the wounds if you can give yourself some rest, that running from your problems just means they'll run with you. The bartender's wisdom says face what you're going through. He's like a father, friend, and priest to the broken hearts who seek relief. The bartender's wisdom never judges where you've been. The bartender's wisdom welcomes sinners back again with a knowing smile and patient ear. The bartender's wisdom says, I'm here, you no need to fear. He says the bar's like life, you get what you order. Some choose poison, others choose water. Some come to celebrate, some come to mourn, but everybody's welcome from the day they're born. That's the bartender's wisdom sworn. The bartender's wisdom is simple and it's true. The bartender's wisdom says we all get through the storms and the sunshine if we just hold on. The bartender's wisdom helps us carry on, yeah, from dusk till dawn. The bartender's wisdom, pour another round, truth is found. Built our world on islands of memory, small moments scattered through the years like ships at sea. That summer by the lake when we were young and free, those islands of memory still anchor me. Time may change the shoreline, but the islands stay. In my heart they'll never fade away. Islands of memory,
me how, yeah, they show me how we made our vow. Remember dancing in the kitchen to the radio, the way you laughed when I sang off key and slow. Those Sunday mornings, reading papers on the floor. Islands of memory I'm grateful for. They're refuges when life gets hard to bear. Proof that we were really there. Islands of memory, keeping me afloat. Islands of memory, like a lifeboat. When the present gets too heavy to hold, islands of memory never grow old. Yeah, they're made of gold. Some folks say don't live in the past, but these memories are all I have that'll last. Of the love we built before it slipped away. Islands of memory help me face today. Islands of memory scattered through my mind. Islands of memory of a gentler time, when we believed that love could conquer all. Islands of memory I recall. Yeah, I still recall. Islands of memory, where you're still with me eternally. Found an old photograph tucked in a book I hadn't read. Black and white and faded, shows a life I used to lead. Standing with my father on the front porch of our home, before the world got complicated, before I felt alone. That moment frozen there in time, when everything was fine. The photograph shows who we used to be. The photograph of my father and me, before the arguments and the years drove us apart. The photograph breaks my heart. Yeah, it tears me apart. I'm older now than he was in that picture on that day, wishing I could tell him all the things I didn't say. Like I'm sorry for the distance, for the pride that kept us cold. Now he's gone and all I have is this photograph to hold. A moment captured but not saved from the mistakes we both made. The photograph is all that's left of them. The photograph says we can't go back again to simpler times before the damage had been done.
the photograph of father and son, yeah, when we were one. If I could step into that photograph somehow, I'd tell that boy to hold on tighter, make his daddy proud, to speak the words before it's too late to be heard, to not let stubbornness steal every loving word. That's absurd. The photograph reminds me what I've lost. The photograph shows me the cost of wasted years and words left unspoken. The photograph keeps my heart broken, yeah, a painful token. The photograph on my wall says it all.
An old gambler sits alone, counting all his chips, thinking about the hands he's played, the chances and the risks. Every win and every loss has led him to this chair, where he's facing down the final deal with silver in his hair. The cards are on the table now, it's time to fold or make his final vow. The final deal is the one that matters most. The final deal when you're standing close to the edge of all you've known and all you will be. The final deal sets you free, yeah, ultimately. He thinks about the people that he's loved along the way, the ones he hurt, the ones he held, the price he had to pay for living by his own rules in a world that wanted more. But the final deal is settling the score. You can't bluff your way through this last hand, you gotta show the truth of who you am. The final deal strips away the pride. The final deal, nothing left to hide, just the honest truth of how you lived your days. The final deal in so many ways, yeah, it stays. He's learned that life's not about the winning or the gold. It's about the stories and the hands you chose to hold. The moments when you risked it all for love instead of gain. The final deal makes everything so plain, crystal plain. The final deal is played with open hands. The final deal where every player stands before the dealer who knows every card you've played. The final deal can't be delayed, yeah, debts are paid. complete. The final deal is sweet.
I've made mistakes along the way, more than I can count. Lost jobs and lost direction, had my share of doubt. But through it all, she's standing there with patient, loving eyes. She still believes in me when I can't even try. When I look at my reflection, I see failure there. But somehow when she looks at me, she sees a man who cares. She still believes in me. When I've lost faith in myself, she still believes in me. When there's nobody else who would stand beside a broken dreamer like I've been, she still believes in me. Time and time again, yeah, through thick and thin. I promised her the moon and stars when we were young and free. But all I've given her is this small life of mediocrity. Yet every night she holds me close and whispers in my ear that I'm her hero, I'm her world, I'm everything she holds dear. I don't know what she sees in me, but I'm grateful that she sees. She still believes in me. After all these years, she still believes in me. Through the disappointments and the tears, when the world says I'm not good enough, she disagrees. She still believes in me. She's all I need, yeah, she plants a seed. Maybe love is seeing past the surface to the soul. Maybe it's believing someone's greater than the whole of their failures and their stumbles along the way. She still believes in me today. That's why I stay. That makes me wanna be. She still believes in me, the man that she can see beneath the doubt and all the times I've fallen short. She still believes in me. She's my port, yeah, my support. She still believes in me, and that's enough. Her love. Doctor says I got more time than he thought I would. My luck is turning around, finally going good. Been down so low I thought I'd never see the light. But I got one more hand to play, and I'm gonna play it right. When you think the game is over, life deals another card of clover. One more hand to play before I cash my chips. One more hand to play, one more chance, one more trip around this crazy game called living while I can. One more hand to play. I'm an all-in man. Yeah, that's my plan. Gonna call my children, tell them that I love them so. Gonna make amends for things from 20 years ago. Gonna live each day like it's the last hand that I'll see. One more hand to play means everything to me. No more wasting precious time. I'm gonna make this last hand mine. One more hand to play, and I won't fold too soon. One more hand to play underneath this moon that's shining on a man who's grateful for the chance. One more hand to play this final dance. Yeah, sweet romance. Some folks take tomorrow for granted every day, but when you're given one more hand to play, you see the world with different eyes. Every sunrise is a prize. One more hand to play makes you wise. One more hand to play, I'm betting on myself. One more hand to play for my family's wealth of memories and love that I can leave behind. One more hand to play, peace of mind. Yeah, that's what I'll find. One more hand to train. I'm all in. Let it begin. Driven every highway from Seattle down to Key West. Learn more from the road than from any college test. Every mile's a classroom, every town's a different page. The wisdom of the road has been my teacher and my sage. You can't learn everything from books alone. Some lessons must be shown. The wisdom of the road teaches you to see. The wisdom of the road sets your spirit free from narrow-minded thinking and judgmental views. The wisdom of the road gives you different news. Yeah, different points of view. Met a man in Texas who had nothing but his pride. Taught me more about living than the wealthy and the wise. Shared a meal in Georgia with a stranger passing through. The wisdom wisdom of the road says we're all just passing through this life we're traveling, destinations we're unraveling. The wisdom of the road says home is where you are. The wisdom of the road, whether near or far, you're always right where you're supposed to be. The wisdom of the road showed that to me. Yeah, set me free. Every detour has a purpose. Every wrong turn has a reason. Every breakdown, every flat tire, every season has something it can teach you if you're willing to learn. The wisdom of the road says at every turn, let your heart discern. The wisdom of the road is written in the miles. The wisdom of the road, in the tears and in the smiles of everyone you meet along the way. The wisdom of the road says embrace today. Yeah, come what may. The wisdom of the road guides my soul, makes me whole. Every Tuesday night for 20 years we've had our routine. Dinner at the table, just us two, nothing in between. No television, no distractions, just conversation flowing free. 20 years of Tuesdays, that's what's made us we. It's the simple things that build a life, like a husband and his wife. 20 years of Tuesdays, sitting face to face. 20 years of Tuesdays in our sacred space, where we reconnect and remember why. 20 years of Tuesdays have made our love survive. Yeah, kept it alive. We talk about our children, talk about our dreams, talk about the ordinary and extraordinary things. Sometimes we just sit in silence, holding hands across the table. 20 years of Tuesdays, that's what keeps us stable. In a world that moves too fast, we've made something last. 20 years of Tuesdays, never missed a one. 20 years of Tuesdays, through all we've become. From young lovers to this weathered pair. 20 years of Tuesdays, prove
but we found magic in consistency and will to show up every week and choose each other still. After 20 years, the love is real. That's the deal. 20 years of Tuesdays and counting more to come. 20 years of Tuesdays, what we've become is stronger than we ever thought we'd be. 20 years of Tuesdays, you and me, yeah, eternally. 20 years of Tuesdays, our tradition strong.